Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to my presentations on the English teaching media. In these occasions, I would like to show you the ways I use a Zoom platform to teach English language in my scenario classroom. And also, I would like to tell you about why do I choose the Zoom platform to teach English in my classroom. First one, because Zoom is a very complex media. You can use multimedia there. You can have an online meeting. Then you can share your material through share screen or share document. And then you can also interact with your students through the raise hand. They can speak their ideas directly on the screen, and then for some students that cannot do that, they can write in the chat box, and then you can answer the questions through the chat box. So when the signal is going error, or for some country or some village, the student cannot have a good signal, they can't even listen to the voice of the Zoom application. So to make sure that your students understand about the material, when you are integrating the Zoom, the Google Classroom, you can kindly make a personal feedback to the student who is cannot have an online meeting. And then to make it more effective, you can also share your ideas, or you can have an online discussion with them in WhatsApp group, because I think I am as a students also have the same thought that discussions through WhatsApp group is very improve the students' ability in speaking, and also how to they can communicate to the lecturer. So you need to do that. You need to discuss about their challenges in learning English with the Zoom platform that you have done for the meeting in the classroom. I think that's all about the ways I'm using Zoom platform in my teaching. If you have more questions, you can reach out me on my email that I put in the last. So thank you very much for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillah, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, how are you? So let me introduce myself. I am Miss Nurul, and I am your teacher of basic grammar. And today, as I have told you last week, that we are going to move to the fragments for today's classroom, for today's meeting. So we are gonna talk about fragments and run-ons, but honestly I am gonna more focus on the fragments, because in the fragments there are a lot of things that should be considered before we are moving to the run-ons. So how many of you have understood about what is fragment is? Okay, don't worry if you don't understand it yet, because in today's class we are gonna further discuss about the fragment is. So basically fragment are sentence that are incomplete. Jadi fragments itu adalah sentence yang tidak complete. A sentence that can be considered as a fragment adalah yang diawali dengan words which, because, although, before, while, and so on. Tapi basically fragments ini adalah dependent clause. So what is dependent clause? Dependent clause is a sentence that can have a subject and verb but doesn't express a complete thought. Jadi dia punya subjek dan punya verb, tapi tidak mendeskripsikan atau tidak mengekspresikan complete idea atau ide yang complete, atau suatu paragraf yang memiliki arti begitu. So you understand it so far, right? Okay. We move to the next explanation. So I have opened the document that you can see about the explanations about fragments. I also have shared in your WhatsApp group. You can kindly check it, or you can see on the screen. I have shared my screen so you can see the explanations about fragments. So what I call about the subordinators marks, like which, because, all, told, before, you can see on the box. So the words in the box are called subordinators because they render a sentence subordinate or unable to stand on its own. Jadi kalau dia ini ada di dalam suatu kalimat, maka paragrafnya itu menjadi dependent atau tidak dapat berdiri sendiri, unable to stand on its own. There are at least about 3 kinds of fragments. Fragment which have subordinators at the beginning. Jadi dia punya subordinators di awal, kata subordinator yang ada di box yang di atas itu. Contohnya, if I go to school today. Jadi yang mana yang menjadi subordinators adalah kata if. Nah, kata if ini yang menjadi dia itu dependent. You can see on the example, if I go to school today, dia itu sudah punya verb, sudah punya subjek juga. I adalah subjeknya dan go adalah verbnya. Dia sudah lengkap. Namun kenapa dia tidak bisa berdiri sendiri? Karena ada subordinators at the beginning of the sentence. Makanya dia jadi fragment. Karena ada kata if-nya, maka dia tidak membentuk suatu idea yang complete. Nah, yang kedua adalah fragment when it is missing a subject or verb. Jadi sentence-nya ini kehilangan subjeknya atau verbnya atau kata kerjanya. For example, lilies from the valley. Lilies from the valley ini dia ada liliesnya sebagai subjek, sebagai subjek, tapi tidak ada verbnya, tidak ada kata kerjanya. So how to correct this sentence, this fragment? So we can add the verb. For example, I can smell. Yang mana yang menjadi kata kerjanya adalah smell atau mencium. I can smell the lilies from the valley. Saya dapat mencium wangi lili, bunga lili dari danau gitu. Kemudian contoh yang kedua adalah place in the dark. Jadi di sini apa yang kurang? Otomatis adalah pertama kita melihat kita kategorisasikan katanya itu masuk dalam part of speech apa gitu. Kita kan sudah membahas kan ya. So place is including of what? Ya, including of kata kerja. Nah, karena dia di sini kata kerjanya dalam bentuk singular, place itu adalah singular karena dia ada kata s-nya di situ, ada penambahan s-nya. Jadi harus mendapatkan subjek yang singular juga. Misal Rani plays in the dark, atau Rani plays guitar in the dark, or the theater puts on plays in the dark. Bisa begitu. Kemudian yang ketiga, the last type of fragments, if the noun is followed by words who, which, or that. Contohnya, children that sing. Jadi kata-kata that di sini yang membuat suatu kalimatnya itu menjadi dependent dan tidak punya complete thought. Jadi children that sing, anak-anak yang bernyanyi. Kenapa kalau anak-anak yang bernyanyi? Nah, makanya itu dikatakan sebagai incomplete thought karena tidak ada artinya. Harus atau dia membutuhkan complement lagi. So how to correct this one? So we should add complement. For example, the children that sing in the choir will be over for dinner. Anak-anak yang bernyanyi di paduan suara akan selesai untuk makan malam. Nah, jadi ada 3 ya sentence atau fragments that you need to pay attention. The first one, when there is a subordinator at the very first or at the beginning of the fragments or the clause. The second one, when it meets a verb or subject. And the last one, when the noun is followed by word which, who, that, and others. Okay, I think that's all about the fragments explanation. I also put some exercises that you can practice yourself to fix the fragments to be complete sentence. If you have any question, you can raise your hand in the raise hand feature on the Zoom. If you have a very bad connection, then you can write on the chat box and I can answer it for you. If there's no more question, then I will end this meeting. Thank you so much, guys. Goodbye.